Mesh is a pod sealant. It's a brilliant preventative spray for use in your small seed crops like canola and pulses to mitigate harvest losses. Ag and vet farmers have been using Mesh since 2016. They've been using it to mitigate harvest losses through pod shattering from mechanical losses and weather events that occur through and up to harvest. Mesh offers about 12 weeks protection of the pods, which gives farmers a bit more insurance and peace of mind with harvest decisions.
2019, again, we just started using Ag and Vet. It was in its early days. And then we were having quite an average year. A very poor year probably is best to describe it. We had poor establishment. We had a whole heap of issues throughout the season. And then we sort of got to the back end of the year, and this product, the mesh, the discussion of mesh came up, the discussion of harvest came up, and then the discussion of mesh came up. We decided to do I'd like to say it was about a 50 hectare trial, might have been a bit bigger from memory. We got huge result. I think we got the average was less than a tonne, and where we applied mesh was at least at 1.4.
It was our aggro that put me onto mesh back probably 3-4 years ago now. It was a bigger year with some pretty solid canola crops, and tossing up the differences between windrowing and spraying mesh and direct heading. We did probably half the program that year as a bit of a trial, and turned out that the yield results were between 300 and 500 kilos better using the mesh product than what we were windrowing.
So we heard about mesh through our agronomist and the team at Baker Ag Advantage. The strategy being where the 12.2 metre CTF, so having a windrower that fits that, the 12.2 rather than 12 metre is quite a challenge. So we thought with the high clearance sprayer, the mesh allows us to get that product on, have some safety, and then direct harvest the canola. Timely, but also, knowing we've got that cheap insurance, I guess, that we're not going to lose too much to shatter. We started to use mesh in 2021. We did the whole canola program and a small percentage of the favour beans as a trial. It's hugely advantageous in the canola. We had a rainfall mid-harvest, so we'd done about half the canola harvesting, and we lost no yield, and we lost no oil or test weight, whereas neighbours and things like that who'd windrowed their canola had severe yield loss and test weight decreases too. So it was advantageous there, and you just don't see the pods shattering as the harvester front passes through them.
We're solely contractor model at harvest time. I mean, again, that was our insurance as well. Not that it's ever happened, but if there was ever a tie-up with contractors, weather events or anything that had held us up, we had that extra bit of window and cover for later harvest. We've applied our DST with our mesh, and two birds with one stone really, sort of flushing out that late ryegrass with a higher rate of Roundup, and then applying the mesh with that. It's been a mainstay in our program since 2019. So we'll definitely do another. At this stage, we'll probably do another application of it at the end of the year.
Hopefully we can keep growing big crops, and you can justify putting it out over the top of it and get those yield benefits back from it. Yeah. I think anything over that 1.5 tonne, 1.8 canola crop warrants putting mesh over it and protecting it as much as you can.
Yeah, it's hassle-free, and now it's a staple in our program. We like to desiccate our canola with a new farm crucial or something like that. So it's tank mix the mesh and the crucial, spray it on 100 litres a hectare. Very easy to clean out. Just got to make sure you clean it out well, because it will stick the boom together. But do all that. It works a treat, and we've actually decided now that we're going to make it a staple on our favour beans too, to bring those in a little bit quicker, seal the pods up so we won't experience the harvesting losses, and also have that first sun spray on. So when we're harvesting wheat and things like that, we haven't got fallows getting out of control on us.
Mesh has been benefiting ag and vet farmers since 2016. We've seen it being used to help mitigate harvest losses through weather and mechanical losses, ease the reliance on contractors when there are delays, and offers more flexibility in overall farm operations, especially around weather events that occur during harvest.